Hey guys, what's up? Spectre here, and I'm back with more details and news about Cyberpunk 2077 and some clarification for a few topics I've covered, which you can revisit by clicking the card in the top right now, or by clicking through to my Cyberpunk playlist at the end of the video. Now, after watching some of the retellings and descriptions of the private gameplay demo, I've connected some dots and it's clarified a few things. A great video in particular is Alana Pierce's description of what she saw behind closed doors at E3. I've linked it in the description below. In it, she talks about a few characters we've only seen in concept so far. If you saw my concept art breakdown video, you remember this interesting looking guy. Apparently he's in a cult of transhumanists, looking to make themselves into more machine than human. This could be Roy, their leader. Apparently we might be pitted against them in combat in certain scenarios as well. This is another character we saw in the concept art released in the press kit. Apparently her name is Meredith Stout. She's a shrill businesswoman who lives and breathes for the corporations. She works for Militech, and as I speculated, she is high-ranking and definitely in charge. Moving on to new details that have since emerged. I recently stumbled across a master post of questions answered by the dev team on Reddit. It brings clarity to some of the features in the game, and I thought I'd share a few of them with you. Here are some of the questions and answers. Will we see a demo at Gamescom in August? They replied, I would like to point out that we never said anything about this. We really appreciate your enthusiasm to see the game, and believe me, we would like to share it as soon as possible, but it's still a work in progress. Once we're ready to reveal it to a wider audience, we will. Isn't this game really a first-person shooter, or a first-person RPG or immersive sim? They replied, Cyberpunk is not a first-person shooter. It is not a shooter with RPG mechanics either. Cyberpunk is a role-playing game with attributes, skills, perks, items, and choices with consequences. First-person perspective is a tool we decided to use for narrative reasons. Can you see your own limbs, etc., perspective on your own body? They replied, we have it. If you look down, you can see your body and legs. We also show them when vaulting or sliding. Does the view stay in first person when aiming from cover? Their reply is yes, it remains in first person perspective. When do you go into third person? Just cutscenes, and when driving vehicles, which is optional, which makes me think we'll also be able to drive in first person. Is the dialogue voice recorded? Yes, it is voiced. Is the dialogue a third person cutscene like Witcher 3? All dialogue options are done in first-person perspective. This ensures we keep a seamless first-person perspective to maintain immersion. So to be clear, in cutscenes with motion, you will see your character in third person, but when replying in conversations, that will be in first person. When can you jump? You can jump anytime. It's not context-driven. Is there a cover system? We have a cover system, yes. If you ADS when next to a wall, prop, etc., we aim you over or around. Is there a sticky cover system? No, the cover is not sticky. Do enemies fight with limbs shot off? Yes, they do. We have a wounded state where limbs are dismembered. On to cyberware. Are implants a must? As of now, some implants will be required in order to progress the game, but most are optional. Note, this is still subject to change. Can you obtain cybernetic limbs that are visibly different, i.e. chrome arms or legs? To which they mysteriously replied, can't talk about that yet, sorry. And finally, a few technical questions. Current or next-gen consoles? The current console generation is what we're aiming for. We're aiming for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and of course PC as well. Will there be a photo mode? We're planning to have a photo mode in the game. Will there be loading screens from area to area? No. No loading screens after the initial load into the game. Many of these answers are really interesting to me, especially the last detail about not having loading screens and a dedicated photo mode. Do you have any questions or concerns left about the game? Let me know in the comments below, and for continued Cyberpunk 2077 coverage, make sure to sub as it's now one of the staples of my channel, and make sure to leave a like to let me know you want even more. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.